Doctor, the wife and I are building a business together. We are almost done. I found out she is sleeping with a coworker. Let me start with some background. My wife and I are both 54, MF. Married 31 years. She is an RN at a hospital. I work for a home builder since I was 18. We have 2 children, both grown out of the house in their 20s. We decided in our mid-40s to pursue my wife's dream of running a bed and breakfast. We have been looking on and off for years. We came across a piece of property of 5 acres and a home built in the 1870s. The original owners were large landowners in this area. They had an extensive agricultural business empire. Over the decades, fewer of the family wanted to stay in farming. Parcels of land were sold off. Our town is going through growing spurts as it has become quite touristy because of some, let's say, natural formations and beauty. The farmland along the main highways is being gobbled up. The house and land we purchased is away from the highways. Since we bought it, my wife and I are redoing the entire house. There has been neglect in some basic maintenance, and we want to restore the house to its prominence 150 years ago, along with making a living. My wife has been in charge of decorating rooms as I finish, along with paying the mortgage. I am renovating room by room, paying for all material and any professional help, if needed. I am pretty handy, so most work is done by me. The last few years the housing industry has gone through the roof. We would work 8 days a week if we could. I was pulling in big money. Until last year. The pandemic knocked us out of work for a while in 2020, then the material shortages started. Of course my wife was on the front lines for the last 18 months. Last year she worked weeks at the hospital without days off. The medical staff stayed at the hospital. They had rooms several slept in together. To say the least, the staff got very close. They worked 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Starting in March last year into the fall, then again after Thanksgiving. My wife, as always, after the kids were older, worked for others if they asked. She watched these young parents crying because they could not see their families. So, on their off time, she would give up her time off and offer it to the staff that really needed it. There were others that did this too. The whole COVID experience changed her. Watching people put on ventilators, the deaths, etc., she was not the same person. She was distant. Our time life went to zero. I attributed it to either her experiences or her age. I tried talking about it but was told she just didn't feel it anymore. We still worked closely on the house. We planned trips to an area in our state that had a large Amish population. The Amish here are known for craftsmanship in woodworking and sewing. We bought several pieces of furniture for the bedrooms along with handmade quilts. This past weekend, we were planning on taking a 3-day trip to this area to buy dining room furniture. I also pay and trade with some wood that I get when I take down an old barn, which I do as a side gig. Barn wood is very much in demand. My boss calls me and tells me everyone is working the whole week as he was able to get wood and shingles for a house we have been sitting on, waiting for supplies. I told the wife we could go on Saturday and Sunday. On Friday morning she tells me she is still going with some workers because there is a fall festival going on too. I go to a local bar that night. One of her coworkers comes up to say hello. I ask if she was going on the trip. She knew nothing about it. So I texted the wife asking if she made it okay and asked who was all there with her. She texted back that this friend, her other close friend, and a friend called Stevie. I had heard this name the last few months. Until then I always thought they was female. I asked her friend at the bar if she knew this Stevie. She said no, but there is a Steven that works with them. The wife gets back Sunday afternoon. She has bags of tablecloths, napkins, kitchen towels, etc. She is showing me what she bought. In one bag there was a smaller bag. She pulled it out, looked in it and said, "Oh, not this bag, it's not for us." I let it go. Later I looked in the bag, she had hidden it in a closet. It was decorations for a man cave for a college team. I don't follow in sports, so it wasn't for me. I asked to talk with her. I asked again who all went. She gave the same 3 people. I just asked who Stevie was because we had not met. She told me a woman they work with. I pulled out the man cave stuff and told her I talked to her friend, who was supposed to be away last weekend but her plans blew up. Then I asked who Stevie was again. She started crying and told me who he was, and yes, they were by themselves. They had time. They have been since last year during their hospital lockdown. So now she is living in one of the finished bedrooms. I have our bedroom. I will talk to a lawyer on Monday. I have no idea what to do about the house, the business, the marriage. To me she was sorry she was caught, but not for the affair. I asked her if she would break it off with Stevie. She was not sure. Comment 1. She was going to decorate a room for him and move him in. Wow, she moves along really fast. At this point you are just a man that's married to somebody's girlfriend. She threw out over 30 years spent together and was basically taking time out her life to go on trips, spend time with him, please this boss in every way while ignoring you and pushing you away. You're a grown man. It's your decision. Some stay. Some leave. But you have been reduced to a walking carcass. She's clearly head over heels for this guy. You have adult kids, and after she's been caught she still doesn't care about facing the embarrassment and turmoil it would cause if they find out. She will leave you for him inevitably. Just let her go. This is testament to how skewed her morals are. You don't just throw away 30 years like that. If the same happened to anybody else they would question every moment they spent with this person throughout the marriage. Comment 2. Get the lawyer and stick it to her. She flat out cheated on you and isn't sure about breaking it off with him? Really? What planet is she from? Don't let her blame it on work, stress, COVID, or whatever. Regardless of what she says, she is a grown, adult, educated, with mandatory classes in ethics, woman. She made the choice to lie and go away for a weekend with her partner in adultery. We all know she's smart enough to know how this would play out. I watched my kid brother's ex-wife pull this kind of crap on him. Document everything. Put your stuff into protective custody while you still can. Once lawyers get involved she will go for your throat. I say you should ditch the beach and leave her penniless. Comment 3. I seriously doubt this is her first affair, just the first you found out about. I would question your whole entire relationship at this point and wonder what else she has been lying to you about. I know your kids are all grown and out of the house, but I would be questioning paternity. I know you raised them and will always be there for them regardless, but you deserve to know the truth. Unless you can be %100 sure they are yours, it's something that will eat at you. She is not remorseful. You need to go NC and do the 180. Do not put any more money into that B&B and I would take her ass to the cleaners in a divorce. Gather every bit of evidence you can and give it to your lawyer. I'm so sorry you are going through this. 31 years is a long time, but you owe it to yourself to not give the cheater one more day of your life. When the time is right you need to expose them at work and get HR involved. Comment 4. I read this yesterday and something just keeps bugging me. Am I the only one who thinks the wife was waiting until hubby finished the remodel before serving him with divorce papers herself? Then she'd ask for the B&B in the settlement and plan to live happily ever after with her AP. She has already shown her true colors. Comment 5. Dude. I'm so sorry to hear this, I can't imagine what you're going through. Do not get drawn into shouting matches. Don't let that happen. I wish you had recorded the conversation where she admitted it. Hang on to any texts or messages. Logs of all the work you did. Lawyer ASAP. She has already left the marriage. In an ideal world she won't get a thing, but 31 years I guess a split is coming, but hope you can keep a bigger chunk. Take care of your mental health and keep us posted on how it's going. Important you keep your phone secure, keep hold of it at all times and keep the voice recorder app ready to roll. Can just tap it and put phone in pocket. My friend did this as his, now ex-wife ranted at him. Judge heard it all. Comment 6. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Me and my wife are in our 50s and have been married 35 years. She has been talking to someone as well, but has stopped when she caught me snooping by reading my journal. I'm still monitoring her actions and I'm sure it hasn't evolved close to what you're dealing with. It doesn't sound like she cares for her mirage. Doesn't she even care how your kids will act when they find out? Comment 7. Definitely some distance is in order. If both of you want to save your marriage, it will take a lot of painful effort that could last for years. Her actions are 100% hers to own no matter what kind of husband you are, and isn't your fault. Someone above used the term affair fog and it may take years for that to lift even if she and the AP don't see each other. I can attest that this is a recoverable situation that could grow into a stronger marriage, but it's an incredibly rough journey. Try to tell the kids in a way that doesn't make them feel like they need to be your confidant or emotional support. Finally, it's possible that this is the first time she's cheated, and whether it is or not, I doubt she was trying to get into this situation. While it's no excuse, good people can fall into the worst of circumstances given the right set of circumstances. You sound like an awesome person. You'll pull through. Comment 8. Sorry that you are in this position. Unfortunately, you need to face the facts. If she is unwilling to go no contact with her affair partner, she has made a decision, and it's him, not you. Yes, it sucks, and yes things will get worse, before they get better. An affair that has been going for that amount of time is not something that you will recover from. Lawyer up, get your options, file and serve her. After that, let your lawyer handle any communication with her. Then blow up her fantasy world. Tell your family, her family, and your friends about the affair. When people ask questions, tell the truth. If her affair partner has a wife, tell her. Also, they are co-workers, so tell the HR department of the hospital. Get your story out first. If you do not, she will tell a very different story, and may blame you, or even accuse you of abuse. Do not let that happen. You should be the one to tell your children also. This is also the time to take care of yourself. Talk to someone, a family member, good friend, counselor, life coach, pastor, therapist. You need someone you can talk with, that you can trust. It is very difficult to go through this alone. Try to eat right and get as much rest as possible. Do things that are mentally and physically challenging to take your mind off your situation. It will be important to support your children also. This will be a very traumatic time for them too. Understand that this was not your fault. This is all on your wife. She is the one who decided to duck another guy, break her wedding vows, lie to you, disrespect you, destroyed your family, and destroyed your trust and your happiness. Every marriage has problems and issues, but the answer is not to go out and duck someone else. She made literally hundreds of conscious decisions to meet this guy, develop a relationship, duck him, and lie about it all to you. This is not your fault. One thing you might want to find out is, who knows about the affair and didn't tell you, or who has been covering up for her. Whoever those people are, they must be cut out of your life forever. Stay strong. Everyone in this sub knows how hard that this is, but you can, and we'll get through it. Comment 9. Hi op. I'm so sorry for what you're passing through, but even you want to leave her or that any kind of reconciliation be successful, you should act firmly and quickly. So, 1. Stop immediately with all the works in the house. 2. Stop to confront her. Now you know she is a cheater. If you confront her more, she will go to lie to you. 3. Gather the more pieces of evidence you can get. 4. Learn about the 180 and implement it. 5. Consult a lawyer and see what options are. If you feel comfortable with them, file for divorce, and when the paperwork is ready, serve her where it will be more damage to her, at the hospital. Now, she is still in the affair fog. If you want to have hope that she get out from it, you must go nuclear over her. Comment 10. She's thinking you're in fool so you can't find out her real face. But God see your true love and loyalty. Best expose her to family, friends, your children and working place. Because maybe she's turned the story different like you're having affairs so she's taking revenge affairs. Get legal freedom, throw that cheater out of your life. Focus on your future and health. She's having another man this age so she's thinking you're not an last man in the world. Same concept, she's not the last woman in the world. All the best for your fresh life. Don't forgive her because she's an adult so she's knows what happens you find out her affairs but she's believe you're in fool so you can easily forgive her or reconcile. Don't give that chance. Get legal freedom. Comment 11. So she's sorry she was caught but not for ducking the guy for close to a year while denying US time at the same time? And she's 54 so she definitely knows better. What a piece of shit. She's been having S time with someone else the whole time she was refusing US time and you're her husband. She doesn't want to cheat on her AP with you, her husband. That's ducked up and so disrespectful to you I don't know how you can even talk to her anymore. I'd never say another word to her again for the rest of your life and turn your back on her 100%. Only communicate through lawyers. If I were you I would have slapped her in the face one time and told her to leave, end of marriage. Women like her deserve to be called cunts. P.S. Tell all your friends and family what she did because I guarantee she's gonna make it out to be your fault. If the guy is married or had a GF tell them too. Comment 12. I'm sorry this happened. She's in the affair fog. This means you cannot expect she will act like the wife you've known for 31 years. If you want to stay married at all you need to break this fog. The only way to do this is divorce papers and telling the other man's significant other if he has one. Their relationship needs a grenade to snap her out of it. Even if you ultimately reconcile, tell her you're going to see a lawyer today and do it. Just watch the wheels start to spin, and don't play the pick-me dance. You can't nice your way to a resolution without losing a piece of yourself while she figures it out. Be strong and decisive, you got this. Comment 13. Lawyer up, put all the property up for sale, get yourself into individual counseling, and, as much as practicable, go NC with the cheater. I'd tell you to try to work through this but I know, with absolute certainty, that you'll never view her or your marriage the same way again. Make sure that your lawyer has plenty of experience in these matters and protect yourself up. If she ever manages to extricate herself from the affair fog, it won't change what she's done to you and whom she's become. I wouldn't be at all surprised if her affair with Stevie doesn't predate the pandemic. I'm truly sorry, Op. Please don't try to pump life into the cadaver that is, now, your marriage. Like I said, you'll never get over this. Comment 14. Be strong, but most important, be faithful to yourself and your moral code. This is no longer the woman you once loved and cherished. That person is gone. You are now living with a complete stranger who inhabits your former wife's body. So, she's not interested in so for the past year, huh? Tells us a lot. This farce of a marriage is entirely one-sided. You deserve so much better. In a few months, when the fog of the affair blows over, she's do anything, everything to try to win you back. But you can't. No one has the capability of forgetting the hundreds and thousands of lies and deceits it took to get to this point. She can never be trusted again. Be very careful, because once the fog lifts and you reject her, she will become very vindictive and may actually claim you are abusive. So be super careful in all your interactions with her. I'd record every conversation starting today. Also, please tell me you've protected your assets. If not, it may be too late. Get an attorney and get to work protecting yourself. Also, you are entitled to half of her pension, retirement. Take everything that is owed to you and more if possible. Comment 15. That marriage and business is over. Cut and break. Sucks, dude, really does, but no way this will ever work from this day forwards. Don't be miserable, don't make her miserable. Clearly she doesn't want to be exclusively with you anymore, maybe even never was. Make sure both you and her do not live the rest of your broken marriage in trust issues. Don't be that guy. Also, kick her the hell out of the house. No guest bedrooms for her, kidding me? Just thank her for the good years, even the ones where she probably got away with doing things like this behind your back, and focus on yourself. Get some hobbies, get better health, be okay with being alone before you hop into the next relationship. Your next relationship could even be with your current wife, but only after a divorce. You want to try again with her, it has to be from the very beginning, because that last relationship with her is over forever, and she ended. Don't be the one trying to move the finish line. Thanks you for watching. Everyday New Movies. See you soon.